Ooh, okay. We're gonna do this, guys. Welcome back. Batgirls issue number 6. I hate this comic. I really do. The writing is abysmal. That's it. It's the whole writing. I can see past the art, which, like I told before, it's not bad. It's not suited for this comic, but the art itself, if I'm looking from the inside out, or the other way around, I'm not sure, is not that abysmal or bad. It just doesn't belong in a DC comic book. More like a, I don't know, coming of age story, or from different publishers with a different story, right? That's more like it. Anyway, the problem is that the writing is so atrocious. The bad women here is they can do no wrong. They are the perfect specimen. They can beat up guys way heavier than them, and they have awful personalities. So this guy, the Spellbinder, Spellcaster, or whatever this is the ex-boyfriend of Barbara, and he was a psychiatrist at Arkham, and he just decides that it doesn't work. So he realized that conventional therapy would never work on Arkham patients. I needed to devise a purer way to get in their heads. That's when I discovered an uncanny ability to connect with them through portraiture, no less. My brushstrokes work in tandem with a strain of fear gas, altered to affect memory. The effect triggers vivid backlashes. All right, but okay, but there's no, through this whole book, there's no, how do you say, explanation why Stephanie, spoiler, also now called Batgirl, has been affected to that. But still, so this guy's here posturing about, I'm the worst of nightmare and blah blah blah. Well, that's not what he actually says, but he's, I don't know, painting, and she says, so why control all these people? So then the writer thinks it's funny to say, okay, Barbara, keep him talking. Villains have monologuing, love monologuing. Well, these writers have no clue, because they probably forgot issue 1 till 5, when all these bad girls are just sitting there and talking and talking and talking and talking. So this guy's indeed monologuing, and he sees politicians, corporate media, and they need to be led. And without guidance, society falls into chaos. You have heard all this BS before. It's nothing to write home about. Is that probably how I say it? So, and he said that she will be a masterpiece. And then, I don't know, she just escapes and throws a bat thingy, batarang. And then this is happening. Okay, now look at this. She's still tied to the chair, right? Okay, now go back here. So what is this? 3 meters? 2? Something like that, 3 meters? I'm not entirely sure. If you're going to jump, you need to have to use your legs, but you are still bound to this chair, so you cannot use your legs properly. Also, this angle indicates that she is falling to her side, which is not the case. And look at this posture. So she destroys this canvas, and he says, "Oh, mommy, don't hit me." Well, that's not what he's saying, but this is... And then he is just talking like, "A noble effort, but there is little you can do. There's little more that you can do tied to a chair." "Oh, really?" she says. And then this is happening. So still attached to the chair, she attacks him. And she says that she trained her upper body because he was crippled a long time ago. I give her that, right? But still, this guy hasn't fought back since. He's just getting his ass kicked over and over again. So you need to tell me, if you are bound to a chair, and this guy is probably, I don't know, a couple of inches, I don't know, a lot longer than her. How do you get you need to put some weight behind, some motion, some kinetic action to actually hit an opponent. So if you are sitting, even if you have the ability to lunge forward, you still cannot connect with full force. That's not how it works. You need to throw in your whole weight in it. I speaking from experience. I'm boxing for 5 years. I know you need to use your weight to connect efficiently, right? And she is also okay. Let's move on. So he still talks like, oh, well, you still will for us ever. You will always be my favorite girlfriend. We were never official. And then she's still kicking his ass, and then he's using, I don't know, the fear gas, and she's, defeated, if you can call it that. Meanwhile, we have the tutor guy here. So in the last issue, she was boasting, bragging, and the boasting and bragging is still going on. He says, hey, buddy, I have to break it to you, but real disadvantage here. The beating I'm going to put on you will walk. What's the beating I'm gonna put on you will walk the line of acceptable? Okay, horrible writing. So he's using, I don't know, some electric thingy, and he looks like, I don't know, Skeletor. And then she says, "Did the fear gas do that to you? What? Do my scars scare you? No, they look cool." What, really? So you are saying that a guy that's horrible disfigured because of reasons, you find that's cool? I have no words, man. But she says, no, I hate everything about you. Yeah, so it's all about acceptance, guys, like love yourself. Doesn't matter if you have, I don't know, third-degree burns or look like you are the Walking Dead or, I don't know, coming from an 80s cartoon or something like that. It just no ever girl wants to kiss you or have a relationship with you, because it's all in the inside that counts. Am I right, guys? Because looks doesn't matter. I mean, if you are looking like this, you still can get a girlfriend. I'm pretty sure of it. That's, what she's implying, I guess. Anyway, horrible. It's not how real life works. Anyway, so more villain talk. And she says, I've always been an outsider. No one programmed me. I'm broken, and I'm perfectly okay with it. Wrong. Just wrong. Nobody should be okay with being broken. You can accept that you have faults, that you have, I don't know, depression, self-loathing, insecurities and whatnot. But being okay with that, no, because then you are still broken when you are, 60 years old, if you are making that, or 70s or 80s at your old age. You need to get yourself healed to be happy. That's your goal. Not accepting that you are less than that, because you are more than that, in my opinion. All right. I know this is all comics, but it seems that the writers has absolutely no clue how to make what make people tick, Characters needs to have certain kind of personalities. These personalities of these Batgirls are non-existent. They are just, oh, I read something in a book, so I need to insert it in here. It's not, if you want to have a believable character, you need to have real life personalities somewhat put in your character to make it, likable, believable. And it's the same for the bad guys. You need to make them despicable. Then there needs to get the motivation, give some character arc, do some horrible things. But it seems that, I don't know, I don't know who the bad guy is and who the good guy, because these girls are acting so out of character, it's not really pleasant to read. Anyway, so she said suddenly about freedom and violation and all that stuff, and she says, hey, we know about you and Charles Dante. That's this guy, right? It's all in your file. So humor here, that's confidential information. The other doctors didn't understand. Dante was helping me. He said my art spoke to me. He recognized the truth in my visions. He saw that my paranoia wasn't just a delusion. And when he painted my portrait, Spellbinder fixed me. And he just hits her. And I think, cool. Finally something is happening, But then, I don't know, this woman that is still under the influence of the gas is falling. She says, Batman, Batgirl, more annoying. So they're crashing through the window. How convenient! And they immediately kick this guy's ass. At the same time, and then he orders her students to attack them, and then like this is like a Scooby-Doo movie or something, or a TV series, because they're all walking in, and then the Batgirls go outside with a cord, and they are now trapped. It's also easy. There's no effort. Then this is happening again. So Spellbinder still talking. Pour yourself into me. Your pain, your fears. I want to know it, all of it. You want to talk about pain? Okay, so where should I start? So again, she's still, don't forget guys, she's still tied to the chair. And this guy is just standing there. He hasn't hit her once, or tried to hit her once, right? And isn't it convenient that it's always the women that is, kicking and hitting men, but you never see that the other way around. But they all talk about inclusivity and equality and all that stuff. There was a couple of instances in the 90s comics that a guy slapped a girl, or kicked or punching them, not specifically in a malicious way, unless they are villains, but it was there. You're right, not much, but it's this is all self-insert and putting their own power fantasies in these comics. Because look at this, she's still tied to the chair and she's kicking his ass over and over and over again. This shouldn't be happening at all, right? She cannot move. How is this happening? This is just stupid. And then she hacks his telephone and makes him, confess. I mean, how did you put him? Okay, she's now loose. Okay, so there's a confession now. Everybody can see it on the internet and on the news. So, and all good, all that stuff. So, and suddenly, these people are coming back, and then there's some kind of antidote thing going on. And Tudor is escaping because he wants to have revenge. And so he's going up, and then there's, he has some kind of explosive. And she says, I know the hurt, what it feels like to be used. You can stop. And he says, no, it was my art, my message. And then you're a fool, she says. And then it says, well, I got C4 rigged, and it's going to explode the entire block. Then she ripped the complete thing off of him, just like that. And then she throws it back to Steph, and Stephanie says, hey, where do I put it? Oh, no. Well, okay, it's in the car. So she's driving the car, and then she's being happy because that stupid song that's been playing for the last 6 issues, the All-Star song. I'm not going to mention it because I hate that song. And then only 26 seconds less, right? So conveniently, there's a bay here, or is it a bay? A dock. And of course, this is going to, she's jumping in. Everybody's safe. And Cassie or Cassandra, or why am I saying? This is not Cassandra. This is, why am I forgetting? Anyway, she's depressed about the car. Nobody died, nobody except Bondo, right? Because that is exactly what this character is doing, moping about a destroyed car. Jesus Christ. So, and then more crying and whining and, the power of friendship, because I have you all. And that's a good ending, right? Hugging and snuggling. And then, well, it's not all that end, because, you remember the first villain, from the first issue, the sage, seer. Well, she comes in and she needs her help. Of course, I'm not going to buy the other ones. Are you crazy? This is too much even for me. This is crap. This is a really bad written comic. It's canceled. I'm very happy with that, because nobody should pay money for this. And read this kind of shit. I mean, this is the new norm, right? That's my problem. We've been bombarded so much with new comics that has been just shit. That's become the norm. So the norm becomes good, and this is what you get. And then, but I believe that people are gonna wake up now. They still try to push the shit on you for a very long time. It's been going on for years. That's why the comic book industry is in in the gutter. I hope this is going to be turned around. If not, fuck DC and fuck Marvel. I have nothing good to say about them. There's some good comics out there. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm coming across like I'm hating these newer comics. I just reviewed the Detective Comics. It's a new one. I like that, but most of all, I'm done with shitty writing. Doesn't say that the 90s haven't shitty writing. There was a lot of shitty writing, but in the 90s there was mostly the majority of the comics were good. Nowadays, the majority of good comics is hard to find. There's a lot of writing styles like this. I don't want to read it anymore. Guys, let me know what you think about this shit. See you next time.